Hello, Alec Man, and welcome to your deck review. For anybody joining us on YouTube first time, this is where I review your deck's PP, your premise and practicum, and then we fix you. Your premise is the deck's idea, which for Alec Man is I would like to use the courts to get the monarchy and then drain the table out with the monarchy. And so we're going to use Master of Keys to mill a bunch of cards, give our enchantments escape, and then escape them out. On premise, that doesn't sound crazy. Now, you remarked in your primer the main issue is this is all just going too slowly. That makes sense to me because we're not doing green. So you have an Enixia deck already. We have Sultai decks already. So this is Esper on purpose, but by not having green, we are locked out of a lot of the more explosive tricks for getting stuff in our graveyard very fast. Which means our big mill options are limited. We can use our commander as one, but if we do that, we have to ramp to high heaven. And if the deck is full of ramp, we probably get into a different issue where we're just not hitting enough gas. All right, so we have self mill. Let's check this out. Mill 3 on upkeep. Excellent. Glimpse the unthinkable. Mill the exact right thing I need. Great, tutor it. Mill 3. Mill 2, then 3, then 4. Okay, Ripples is good. Sage is okay. Sage, to me, gets better once we've already achieved the goal of having enchantments hit the graveyard, or enchantments come back to field. Yeah, same thing. Okay, that's great. That's great. Target player, indeed. Ooh, I love Stillness in Motion. That's awesome. And then Mill 3. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to confront self-mill first. And as a thought exercise, I want you to get on board with dropping all of your interaction for the time being. Because again, if we can't do anything worthwhile, we shouldn't even be looking at other people's boards yet. Every reasonable deck does need to have interaction, but like until we get the deck to a workable place, since we're in the point of we either have to salvage this now or scrap it, we should focus the most on how do we make this proactively do what we want it to do and then fix stuff after that. So there is... This is our boy. He's better than 2 of your existing 1-drops because you are playing lands more than you are playing enchantments. What else? Let's just go into Tagger and try to... It looks like the breakpoints we're trying to get over. Move this to the middle, underline it. Big. Okay. So the first goal of your deck, I have to self-mill. The standard that we currently have is 3 cards per turn at 3 or more mana. So if we can beat this, we're doing something right. Go mill self. Commander Esper. This is 1 card a turn for 4 mana. Absolutely not. This is top 2 each opponent's. This is 6 cards every turn for 3 mana, but we must have already milled ourselves a little bit. I think there's potential there. This is 3 cards once for 3. Absolutely not. That cares about artifacts? Definitely not. This is repeatable, but it will suck up all of our mana. Ancestral Memories gets 5 cards in our graveyard for 5 mana. It's also not doing it. 4 mana once for 3. Also not great. 20 cards for 3 mana. It also works as Grave Hate. So it's kind of a weird one, but I think there's potential there. I have seen this used as a self-mill piece. It's better than you'd think. That's only mill 2. Barrogoyf can kind of, he's probably not going to be that much. He's probably going to be like a 1 or 2. So it's only like 1 or 2 cards every turn for 3 mana. So that's not beating our stated bar. ETB mill 3. Mill 1 for 2 mana. Brain freezing yourself would be really funny. Bone Mask seems like exile. Yeah. That self-mill tag is crazy on there. I don't think this beats out our 3 to 4 mana. Okay. Chronic Flooding. Mill 3 every turn for 2 mana. I think that gets in under something. And this is like we're not playing for a whole ton here, but I at least like it over Sage of Mysteries, over the Scrabbling Skullcrab, maybe even Cemetery Tampering, probably Stitcher's Supplier as well. Stuff where we can either get a higher total or get it in earlier. So Chronic Flooding, I think we get a higher total and we can still start pretty early. Ashiok, I think we get a pretty high total for the mana. Oculus, we get a very high total and we get chump blockers. But we only have 7 courts. That's very tough. We have good cards that are good. Yeah, for sure. I don't know about Doomwake here. I think Doomwake is very like, I'm going to be ripping out multiple enchantments. If you say you're ripping out multiple enchantments every turn, I don't believe you. All right, we got a little ramp. We got some copy machines. Yeah, I mean, this is just in here to be an enchantment. I think this is where this to me looks like a card that is a little bit word cloudy. Now, the trouble there is obviously we want to leverage the fact that we are an Enchantress deck because it lets us use all the fun Enchantress synergies. But I'm not confident that we are an Enchantress deck. I think that's a very real question you have to ask. Like, if we are a Quartz deck, the Quartz happen to be enchantments, but even more than enchantments, they are a self-mill recursion deck. Like, do we have, and so many of them are 4 mana, killing my dreams of a Sun Titan saving the day. Yeah, like my first thought right now is we're playing too hard into the idea that we have to have an enchantment synergy. and not hard enough into what the courts actually want us to do, which is fill your graveyard as quickly as possible, reanimate me, don't get hit. Don't get hit. There are like some enchantments that can help with that. You know, I'm thinking of like No Mercy. Hey, you want to take the monarchy from me? Good luck. There's also Dissipation Field. There's obviously the like propaganda effects, the Norn's Annex, those things. But I think you are probably going to have to break away from anything that is like this is in here because it is a B plus and an enchantment. That part probably dies, and it probably becomes a more generic piece of card advantage or card selection or even mulch. Like we have to consider, okay, for 2 mana I can scry 2, draw a card. Great. Does it fill my graveyard? No. So what are the boxes that we are ticking? We're ticking it will get me a card, it will get me a little bit of knowledge, and it is an enchantment. I think ticking the box that it is an enchantment is not enough. I think the box that we want it to tick, if they are bad cards that synergize, is like Resentful Revelation, where ticks the box of card advantage, ticks the box that fills my graveyard. Those are the boxes we want to tick. The only box, or the only cards where we care about ticking the box is an enchantment, is when it's the courts. And even then, we only care about that because of our commander. But I think you want to leverage the commander too much here. Courts is just not a broad enough strategy for them to have printed a commander that wants to use it as a build around. And so if we want to play for the courts, we can't play for the commander in bulk. So yeah, like Sugarcoat, no. That's cute. That cares about the monarchy. That's fine. Like, I think those are the boxes we're ticking. Monarchy, Bill's Graveyard. Which means I think you can also consider Garbrand. There was some guy, he's Dimir. Garland. That's pretty funny. Like, obviously you have to make somebody else the monarch for a turn, but then it's a really good way to de-incentivize them from becoming, like, taking the monarch from you in the future. Because the other thing I think this needs is you need a way. Oh, you have a flying commander. That's your way to get back the monarch. I was about to suggest like some tiny evasive creatures to give you a way to get the monarch back, but your commander can do it. Yeah, so I think your good cards that are good section, anything that has Constellation or Eerie, question it. Question it. Anything that's in here, because it is an enchantment, be highly critical of it and ask yourself, can I... You probably have this already. You probably have Frantic Search already. Ooh. I would just be doing anything I could to tick the boxes of stuff in grave or in hand. Like, find the court, find the court, find the court, find the court. And if it doesn't find the court, get the fuck out of here. And, you know, then we can worry about, like, hey, do I have stuff that can chump block if I need to? Let me see what we're currently working with. Okay, we have a court in the opening hand. Awesome. We will go for tap land. We will double cast these guys. Look at how fucking awesome I am. We will play this. We can remove whoever's the most threatening. We get to mill 2. We milled the land drops we so desperately needed. Oh fuck, oh god, oh shit. We can just drop the Master of Keys to have a flyer. hit a land drop, Court of Grace. We become the monarch. We have 3 creatures. One of them is Kami of False Hope. I'm going to say you keep it. We get our end step card. And then on our next turn, we get an angel. Beatific. Beatific. Wonderful. And then we can get something into the graveyard. We can also drown in the lock. But yeah, our options now are we're doing an enchantress thing. We're doing a slow mill thing. We're doing the thing we want to do, but we missed a land for it. And then we have like tutor removal. Now, if we tutored from this standpoint, we get into a little bit of trouble because our graveyard's not actually that full, which makes me really call into question Sage of Mysteries being a good enough, or we at least have 2 more. I missed 1 trigger for her, but it's still okay. So we can get 1 more enchantment out. Okay, we're gonna play Mind Rack Harpy and mill ourselves. I remain unconvinced, and I think her position gets more and more precarious the more of the enchantress stuff we cut out of this deck. So I'm not going to tell you have to drop to courts, but I am going to tell you if you want to have a court deck, you don't have an enchantress deck. If you want to have an enchantress deck, the courts have to be the garnish and not the meat. Because then we can care more about just doing normal tutoring, like God forbid tutor to hand, and then use the Master of Keys as like an oh shit button for somebody blew up my court. Whereas right now all those slots are taken up by like, oh, you have to be an extra enchantress piece because I'm doing an enchantress deck. I want this to be enchantress focused. But I think we can definitely do court. We can definitely do monarchy. But the synergies for court and monarchy, not an enchantment. Synergy for court and monarchy is you have a reason to not attack me. I have a way to stop you from attacking me. Or that's really it. I was going to say I can make a bad thing happen to you if you attack me, but that's a reason for you to not attack me. So reasons for people to not hit you is like Garland, No Mercy, Dissipation Field. And then I think it starts to get okay if we combine this with the stuff I called out earlier for slight upgrades to the self-mill section. If you're leaning, we're pretty evenly split. I was about to be like, you could like grindstone yourself if you were favoring a certain color. I just want to check if there's any. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, like Champions of Minas Tirith has more to do with this deck than any of your Enchantress stuff. Faramir has more to do with it. Like, this is a deck that cares way more about the monarchy and then an eensy-leensy little tiny bit about your enchantments. And you've made it, I think, try to care a lot more about enchantments than it actually does. So I think if we start making those swaps, you can get to a point where this is salvageable, but you have to keep it very tightly focused around the boxes I tick are fill my graveyard, find a court. Actually, switch those. It's find a court. And the ways I can find a court are by filling my hand and filling my graveyard. The next thing I have to do, protect the monarchy. by giving people a compelling reason to not hit me, or by board wiping them over and over. And that's it. That's all you get. So best of luck, and I hope you enjoyed.